Ooh, guys. Oh my god. Well, first off, I'm like all kerfluffled or whatever the word is here. I'm missing the cord to my mic. Just give me one sec. I am so unprepared for this today. So unprepared. And that's on me. That is absolutely positively on me. I am as unprepared as it comes right now because I don't think anybody, not your mom, not your grandma, not your baby mama, not your mama's mama, nobody, absolutely nobody was prepared for what just happened in Sabres land. Like nobody, absolutely nobody. You wait for this. I'm hoping my mic is reading right now. It should be. Let's find. We're good. Think we're good. We're perfect. Let me clean off the old. Cause it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute. There we go. Nobody was prepared for what just went down. Not me, not nobody. Like nobody was prepared for what just went down. And let me tell you, no team in the league, no fan base, in my opinion, I say this with my fucking chest. No fan base deserves this more than the Chicago Blackhawks. After what happened with the Kyle Beach situation, getting awarded with Connor Bedard, just all the nonsense surrounding that team, and seeing them essentially get awarded for what they did. Fuck you guys. Fuck that entire franchise. I'm happy you guys just got fleeced. Heist of the century. I like Bowen Byram. I love Bowen Byram. But you just got 45th overall. Why did I just say 45 overall before? 4th overall. They got 4th overall. 45th overall. A depth defenseman and a 6'8", 230 or 250 pound absolute fucking tank of a defenseman, and I could be completely mispronouncing this. Louis Crivet, a guy who apparently legit like has already made an impact in the NHL, but again, a guy, an absolute tank, a right-handed. Is he a right-handed or left-handed? I don't know. Essentially Logan Stanley. Okay, I have his J Fresh card here. His wins, is a projected wins against replacement is 45%. But Louis Crivet, again, I apologize if I'm butchering that. Acquired by Buffalo is a defenseman with 6'8". Every time he steps on the ice, he likes to shoot the puck. The Hawks played him really tough matchup minutes last season, and he sure did hit people a lot of those during those minutes. Even strength offenses, 43%. Even defense, 20%. 29% on the PK, 86% at finishing. And again, I'm not sure. Like I have a tough time like reading all these charts and everything. Again, I think that's just added bonus. Just now from Chris Johnston. Or earlier from Chris Johnston. Even though Buffalo freed up some cap space with tonight's Bowen Byram trade, early senses it won't change the direction of talks with pending UFA Alex Tuch. Alex Tuch is expected to hit the open market. So that came out too. So even though they just freed up, mind you, we got rid of $12.5 million off of our cap. Huge, right? Massive. Absolutely massive. That's huge. Right? Got rid of 12.5 million off of our cap. That is absolutely massive. And you didn't have to give them 20th overall. Insanity. Like absolutely insane. And I tweeted out earlier, I have a source. I'm going to call him a source. I'm going to trust him. But as we've seen on Twitter from guys like Chad DiDomenicis and other, the Sabres aren't done. They have other irons in the fire right now. I've heard the name Jack Quinn could be the next guy on the chopping block for the Sabres. That's just what I've heard. It would make sense. He's been a guy that's literally been discussed quite a bit, no doubt, right? Like he has absolutely been a guy that we've essentially said, yeah, ship him off. He's been inconsistent. He's hurt. He's small. He's not big enough. Yada yada yada. I would not be surprised if that rumor was true. And why wouldn't it be? Like, you just traded Bowen Byram. I don't know if it's true, but can someone in the chat verify? Did he get like a 7-year deal worth like four or $12.5 million or something stupid like that? Again, I don't know if how true that is, but if that's true, that's fucking bananas. See ya. I like Bowen Byram, but not for $12.5 million. He should no way, shape, or form make more money than Rasmus Dahlin on any team. He hasn't proven it yet. Do I think he has the ability to maybe be a first pairing defenseman? Yeah, I think he could be, but not on this team. Definitely not on this team. And you know what? Props, absolute props to Bowen Byram. If he has that type of confidence in himself that he thinks he could be that guy, and he thinks that he has he already has a ring. I mean, he obviously wants the paycheck, and all power to him. If Chicago give him $12.5 million, if that's true, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I am like legitimately at an absolute loss for words right now. Like I am, wow. And how can you not be? How can you not be? Like again, insane. Insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. I can't believe that's the return. That's we got rid of Jorden fucking Greenway. We got rid of Jorden Greenway in this deal. We got rid of $12.5 million in cap space. Now you got to earmark obviously $7 million of that for for Zach Benson. But still, if my numbers serve me correctly, and I know the peanut gallery is like absolutely bumping right now, if my math serves me correctly, that if you don't include the $7 million that will go to Zach Benson, that's like $21 million underneath the cap. Insane. I want to kick it right over to our boy Rakeen already with the super chat. Thanks, bud. Saw this trade and fell to my knees at my Cheektowaga Walmart. Dude, like, this might be, name a bigger trade that benefited Buffalo than this. I dare you to find one. I dare. And when I say benefited Buffalo, like the immediate reaction of Sabres fans everywhere was, oh my God, this is awesome. Oh my God, this is awesome. Look, like I believe I read the last time a top 5 pick in the NHL draft was traded with both teams knowing that it was a top 5 pick at the time of the trade, meaning obviously like when you make that trade, you don't realize that maybe it's you have a lottery pick and it could end up, or it ended up being a lottery pick and you end up picking a top 5. Didn't like that happen for, I want to say like San Jose, or not San Jose, I'm sorry, Colorado maybe recently. I forget which team that happened for. But the last time that happened, I think, was 2008. 18 fucking years is the last time this happened. And again, insane. I do want to give a quick shout out before I forget, to a fan that I met actually at a Home Depot while he was working. I believe his name was Stanley. Pretty sure his name was Stanley. But you double check. He did send me. I apologize, Stan, for not getting back to you when you sent me that. Or Scotty. Sorry, Scotty. Shout out to you, Scotty. For taking care of me over at Home Depot. Appreciate you, bud. Stan Scotty, whatever. Close enough, right? Thanks for talking, chat the Sabres, and taking care of me over at Home Depot, man. You're awesome. When I was checking out before work. So, great. And listen, I don't think that the Sabres are using 4th overall, right? Like, that's probably part of a different deal. I would think. And how about the fact that you did not have to trade 20th overall in this deal. Like, how insane is that? You did not have to deal 20th overall in this trade. Like, insane. And who is it? John Davidson? Is that still the GM over in Chicago? Guy should be fired immediately. Like, should be fucking fired immediately. So, and I'm getting more stuff in the comments, hearing when I said Jack Quinn could be next. People, you didn't hear shit. They said that, listen, like, this person who I heard this from called this trade, not this exact trade and all the pieces included, but said earlier in our group chat that Bowen Byram to Chicago. Flat out said it. He's going to Chicago. We were all in the midst of our work day, so maybe you kind of look at your phone like, oh, maybe it's a rumor, but he said he's going to Chicago. It happened. So he was right on that. The source was when before Elliot Friedman and everybody else tweeted out that the reason the full trade hasn't been released is because they're on the phone with the players. So the players, he's put that in our chat. Like, yeah, we're waiting because agents and players have they have to get a hold of the players. Told us that in our chat. And then 2 minutes later, it's being tweeted out by guys like Elliot Friedman. So, like, I have a good reason to believe that this person is telling the truth. So I don't know, man. And I apologize too. I apologize too for it's gonna be tough for me to keep up with the chat. I do apologize. So don't hate me if I don't get to your chats because I'm running the show by myself. Nobody's producing. Again, I wasn't expecting to do this tonight, but you trade, make a trade of this magnitude. You have to go live, right? Have to go live. Have to get on here with you guys and the maniacs. And I just got a audio message from Steve Dangle. So I'm going to listen to this real quick. I'm going to mute this first because I don't know if he wants this to be heard. But if it's something I can play on the show, I will. Just give me 1 second. All right, so I can play this. I'm going to let you guys listen to what Steve Dangle just sent me in an audio and a voice memo.
The Sabres had like 11, 12 million in cap space to re-sign Zach Benson and Alex Tuck. Like, they're fucked, right? They trade Byram and Greenway, who are both UFAs at the end of this year. They now have $21.3 million in cap space and the 4th overall pick and the 20th overall pick, which they had, and the 45th overall pick, and a 6'8", 230-pound right-handed defenseman who led his team in defenseman goals last season. What the fuck?
And the funniest thing about this, guys, the absolute most comical thing about this is I was texting Steve, like, when the first initial rumor came out, I forget who it was, the first person, was it? I don't know if it was Saravelli or, no, it's Friedman, right? It was Friedman. This was at 8:17, Byram to Blackhawks, 4th overall in play. This was at 8:17. He goes, no fucking way is he worth the 4th pick unless Davidson ate his fucking weight in idiot pills. I said, I mean, it would probably be some kind of package. Barnaby just said it involved picks and players. Welp, I'm dumb. I'm a wrong dumb asshole. That was like 15 minutes. Like, this is so fun. We have a GM who, like, Kevin Adams would never get this deal done. And this isn't like me trying to like, oh, get over it. He's no longer, but still, like, tell me I'm wrong. Kevin Adams would never get this deal done. No chance in hell. He wouldn't have the balls to call Chicago and ask for 4th overall. Tell me I'm wrong. In the famous words of CM Punk, tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Kevin Adams would have never had the cojones to make that phone call to Chicago and take advantage of a really dumb GM, apparently, and make a mistake. Chicago fans are not happy about this. They are absolutely livid about this. No doubt about it, they are. To make that phone call, to get this deal done, that takes some stones, man. It really, 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 really does. And I'm hoping and praying here that this is leading up to, again, more to come. Again, you got to imagine the Zach Benson. I mean, maybe they wait till draft day in Buffalo to announce the Zach Benson extension. Like, why not? Why not? Why not? My source goes, San Jose and Columbus and Nashville are teams to watch. One of the plans he's hearing is 20th and Quinn to use 20th and Quinn to try and get a center. If that happens, they are planning on using 4th and Norris for something. Maybe I shouldn't have said that live, but I just did. Don't know why I just said that live, but dude, let's go. Heist of the century. Yarmo has the biggest balls of them all. Oh, Yarmo did the trade in the new stadium to show Bean how to on the day of the new stadium, show Bean how to cook. 445 and Lewis PK. Dude, like crazy, right? This is like, again, find me a deal in Sabres history where fan reaction was this, a trade where the fan reaction was this. You can't. You literally, you just can't. You can't find me a trade where fans reacted this positively. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sorry, I got to tweet some stuff out. Steve Dangle already out with his video. Oh my God, this is incredible. Dude, what a day to be a Sabres fan, guys. Like, how pumped are you all to be Sabres fans right now? Like, this is so cool. This is so cool. Oh my God. We got a 6'8" defenseman who still had 25 points last season. A guy who's probably going to play on your 3rd pairing this year. Oh my God. And I hear scary, crazy man. Duane, I will say I'm happy with the trade. Hated that we had to lose Byram, and I'm actually waiting for another banger move. Listen, I think a lot of us like Byram. I think that we saw what he was capable of in the playoffs this year. How can you not like have been impressed and think like, man, this guy took massive steps forward? He was all along. He was the guy that we needed to play with Owen Power. And yeah, that does leave another hole because you just traded Kesselring. And, maybe when they made this deal for Kesselring, they weren't exactly sure. They didn't realize that like this was on the horizon. I don't know. I don't have those answers. I really don't. But listen, this is the heist of the century. I guess I gotta tweet out the YouTube link real quick because, again, producing the show by yourself sometimes is a little difficult. But here we go. So boom, there it is. Again, and we've seen it from multiple other accounts that there's more to come. More to come. And what do you guys think in the chat? Like, like, what do you guys think is next on the horizon? Um, in a week where, or a day, honestly, a day, 24 hours where you see Giannis get traded out of Milwaukee to Miami. The big deal, the biggest news, some of the biggest news of the day in the NBA. You see the Brady Kachuk trade happen. Sam Nevich go leave Florida. I forgot where he got dealt. You see, early in the week, like Radish get traded for a 5th-round pick, the rights to sign him, from Tampa to Toronto. A lot of moving parts, a lot of big trades. Brady Kachuk is a huge one. I would put this though. Brady Kachuk, I like Brady Kachuk, but you're buying the name there, right? Kachuk, you have, you're buying the name Kachuk, right? That's realistically that's what you're doing. Um, who was more impactful in the playoffs this year, Brady Kachuk or Bowen Byram? Tell me when I'm telling lies. I personally think this is the biggest trade so far of the offseason. Tell me when I'm telling lies. It is. You just got 4th overall, 45th overall, a 6'8" fucking mean point producing defenseman who will hit anything that moves. And you got rid of $12.5 million off your salary cap. Like, tell me when I'm telling lies. This is easily the biggest trade of the offseason so far. Yarmo means business. He's not playing around. He's not, man. He's not. This is incredible. Want to find another deep partner for power. I mean, maybe they don't decide to trade Mirka. I mean, look how much faith they showed in Zach Metza last season. I don't know who that guy is. Is it Connor Timmins? Is it Zach Metza? Is it, maybe they go redeem Mirka. They think he's ready to play in the NHL. He did have a really good season last year. The guy is a right-handed shot defenseman, projected to be a top 4 guy. Maybe they give him an opportunity to win that job in training camp. I don't know if that's true or not to be true. Man, this is so cool. And the Sabres are going to have teams blowing down their doors looking for, teams wanting 4th overall. Dude, this is insanity. Incredible. And here's one text in one of my chats. Shout out to the Buffalo Sports Idiots. I have a hard time believing Byram is worth the 4th pick, especially with 1 year left. That's another thing too. Both of those guys. Obviously, you're extending Byram, right? That's the biggest reason Byram wanted out. Wasn't because he was unhappy here. It probably didn't have to do that much with money, maybe a little bit. I mean, if that 12.5 million number is true, holy shit. But he wanted an opportunity to be a first pairing defenseman, to be a number 1 defenseman. He's absolutely going to get that. He's 100% going to get that in Chicago. But to gain that much cap space, to get 4th overall, 45th overall, keep 20th overall, and get a 6'8" Louis Crevet or somebody. Can somebody in the peanut gallery, can you do me a favor? Can you put in the chat the exact pronunciation of his name, like how you break it down? I'd appreciate that because I don't want to keep butchering it. But crazy, right? Crazy. It's funny too on Twitter. People keep on the page hockey images that precede unfortunate events, and it's the announcement that Kyle Davidson was extended as the GM of Chicago. Fuck them, man. They deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. But you got to wonder, what are they like? I know Saravelli said earlier that they could be making a run at Connor Hellebuck. Maybe it's Sergei Bobrovsky because there's no way Florida can afford him. There's just no way. Maybe they plan on trying to move the Norris contract. Again, a guy who can't stay healthy. I mean, look what just happened. Call back Chicago. Call Chicago. Call Chicago immediately and see if they want Josh Norris next. Oh, my God. Could you imagine So the exact pronunciation is Crevier. Louis Crevier. Did I say that right? Bills Mafia 922-4. Louis Crevier. Apparently, I guess Buchagras tweeted that San Jose was also in on Byram. Chicago had to sweeten it. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that San Jose was on it. I mean, they have the cap space. They have nothing but youth on that team, like crazy amount of youth on that team. And I tweeted it earlier, like how much fun if you're a diehard like San Jose Sharks fan right now. How much fun is it going to be a Sharks fan? You have 9th overall, 2nd overall. Well, I forget, was it 27th overall from us? Dude, like pretty cool. Pretty cool to be a San Jose Sharks fan. So a couple clicks for them because that's exciting. That is exciting. Man, I mean, do they go goalie next? Do they try and find that number one center? You all know how I feel, and I've been pretty vocal about it. I've always been pretty vocal about it. I am all about getting a first line center. I don't want to pay a goalie the kind of money that a guy like, I mean, if you're going to get, if you're going to go get like a Sergei Bobrovsky or a Connor Hellebuck, I mean, UPL's days are over. And like, right, he's done. Because you're not going to pay both those. You're not going to play anywhere like from like 12 to 15 million on 2 goalies. That's just straight stupidity and poor cap management. So there's absolutely no way that they're going to sit there and pay that much money to 2 different goalies. So if you're going to get Bobrovsky, if you're going to go get Hellebuck, then yeah, see ya UPL. Your days are numbered. It's over, right? And whatever, man. It's fine. That's absolutely fine. I mean, you all know I've never been uh, a UPL guy. I think that goal he let in, game 7 goal, who was it again? Newhook. That is the last goal he'll let in as a Buffalo Sabres goalie. The only, and right here, and from Jason, there's very few goalies worth the kind of money that guys like Igor or Bobrovsky are worth or were worth, and those are, or sorry, that Bobrovsky or Hellebuck are worth, and like those goalies are guys like Igor, what's his face from why can't I remember his name? The Islanders goaltender, also a Russian. Crazy. I can't remember the name. Anyways, Bowen Byram traded for Casey Middleset straight up, and then being traded to the 4th overall pick 2 years later is hilarious. That's from Sorokin. Thank you. Went in off Byram's stick. Actually, Josh, Captain, it did not go off Byram's stick. If you watch it from the angle of the Montreal bench, it didn't touch anything. It just came off. It just came off the player's stick the way it did, and UPL saw it the whole way. Go watch the angle from the Montreal bench. It was clear as day from that angle. Never touched anything. Went in clean. It was a knuckle puck for sure, but it went in clean. I would think Alex Lyon gets movie for no. I disagree. I disagree. If you're gonna trade for a bona fide stud number 1 goaltender, there's no reason to keep Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen around. No way. So, or hear from Steve Noble. Saravelli tweeted number 4 overall in UPL for Hellebuck. Who says no? I don't know. Is that just something that he's saying that, like, you know, he's speculating, or is that something he said he's heard? Alex Lyon was not as good. You're wrong. Alex Lyon was at one point playing with one of the best goalies in the NHL. You're just wrong. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry, Luke. I love you, bud, but you're wrong. You're wrong there. Alex Lyon, at one point, you could have argued was one of the MVPs of the team. Could have. He took over the job in the first round from UPL. Talking about postseason hockey. Dude, UPL was awful in the playoffs. Awful. He lost the job 2 games in. Alex Lyon played incredible the rest of the Boston series, played well at the start of the Montreal series, and then he lost the job. Yeah, he lost the job, sure. But, like, don't sit here and try and tell me that UPL played better than Lyon. That's insanity. That is absolute insanity. No way. No way. No way. Absolutely not. No way. I'm not listening to that nonsense. Not listening or even responding to that nonsense anymore. Because that is absolutely false. Note about that's false. And I don't even say that as an Alex Lyon fan. I say that as a former goalie who literally has eyes and saw who the better of the 2 goalies were. So regardless, I mean, Luke must own a UPL jersey. That's probably what that is all about. Anyways, I'm looking at Twitter, Puck Empire. A+ for Buffalo, got an elite premium pick for your second best defenseman, maybe even third. They now can either make some crazy noise like Jason Robertson or take elite prospect in Malhotra, Karels, Rel, Verhoff, or likely makes an impact by the end of the 2026-2027 season. C- for Chicago. Literally, what is the purpose? You spent the entire season being atrocious and wasting a Bedard year for maybe a top 30 defenseman. That is about as severely of an overpay and has an injury history. Byram's a great player, but not worth the price, not worth the risk, and doesn't move the needle for Chicago. I agreed. And I like Byram. I really, really do. I like Byram a lot. But I don't know, man. I just don't understand the logic here with making that trade. I don't. It's actually insane. What is if you're like a Chicago fan, like what are you thinking right now? Like if you're Connor Bedard, what are you thinking right now? Let me see. I got to tweet one more thing out. Does Yarmo have cooking tonight? What do you want to see them do with 4th overall? What do they do with the in cap space? Earmark. Actually, I get what's 21 minus 7. I'm horrible at math. Wow. That is 24. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sorry, 14. Wow, I'm horrible at math. Yeah. This is what happens when you produce a show by yourself. Just want to make sure you're all staying tuned. And if you're not already watching, though, that you do watch the show. Be sure. Chicago fans are posting CM Punk level pipe bombs all over social media. I love it. I love it. Good. Good. No fan base deserves it more, man. They really don't. They really, really don't. Oh, dude, this is. And I honestly, I don't expect them to use 4th overall. And I'm trying to keep up with what people are saying on Twitter as we're live here. So if we this is from David Pagnota 9 minutes ago. So if we expect 12.5 million AAV range for Bedard on a short to midterm deal and say 15 million AAV for more or 4-term and around 10 million AAV for Byram extension, that's a decent amount of cheese for Chicago's deep dish za. I mean, I kind of expected it to be 10 million for Byram. I've seen group chats. It was being discussed that he wanted 12.5 or he was getting 12.5. But yeah, crazy, crazy. Could a team that posted a .439 points percentage and finished 31st in the NHL last season use the kind of talent typically available at 4th overall pick in the draft? Guess we'll never know. From Greg Wyshynski, man, they are getting absolutely brutalized all over Twitter, and they absolutely fucking deserve it, man. They absolutely deserve it. There's a chance that he outperforms Byram there. He's talking about Crevier outperforming Byram in Buffalo. But essentially what Byram did in Buffalo this year, that he could do better here this year. Scott Wheeler disagrees. David St. Louis thinks that he could, and they're going back and forth. That the teams have. Wow. So, just kind of trying to keep up on again, attention all Blackhawks fans. I hold on. I want to go to the Blackhawks page and see what they're saying about Bowen Byram, right? Or what they're saying. Oh man, they're getting ratioed like crazy. So it's got 1.1 thousand likes, the trade announcement on the Chicago page. It's got 404 retweet and quote tweets and 690 or 700 comments. Bedard, oh, you're getting ratioed yet? They're just getting Gavin McKenna could have dropped at number 4. You cowards, unlikely, but they could have. If I were you, I wouldn't have tweeted this. What drugs is this GM on? A lot of Yarmo gifts in here. A lot of Davidson hate. Worst trade I've seen in my entire life. This is the worst deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever. A lot of like SpongeBob, Patrick the Star gifts in here, and I love it. Get that fucking clown of a GM off my team immediately. Davidson, after 20 games, it's the picture of Bradley Cooper from the first Hangover. Like, oh, we fucked up. Like, yeah, you fucked up. Greenway is the perfect live mate for the dog. Blackhawks, you got your guy. Oh man, they are getting absolutely torched. They're going scorched earth on Kyle Davidson right now in the comments. They keep posting the picture of Bedard with his eyes like this on the return for that trade. Like, you're Connor Bedard, man. You want to get the fuck out of there, man. Why would you want to sign a long-term deal in Chicago? Outside of what's the reason why? Outside of them being an original 16, why the fuck would you want to be there when your GM is making moves like this? Like, that's insane. And it's so cool to be on the opposite end of that. It really is, man. Like, to not be on, like, to be on the good side of this. Yeah, I'm just RKO out of nowhere. This is incredible. Come here, Daisy. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Trying to get Daisy the dog to come up and celebrate with us. She's a little skittish. Actually, at work today, we did our volunteer day. We do a volunteer day once a year, every year for work. And we went to this place called Lollipop Farms in like Rochester near Canandaigua. And we walked some rescue dogs, took them out, gave them like a few hours out in the real world. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I almost adopted my 3rd dog today. If I had a bigger house, I would have probably. But it would have been her name was Cash. She's a 5-year-old. I'm not sure. She was a mix of something, but the most loving, cuddly dog you've ever seen in your life. She didn't bark once. We had her for like 3 hours. Did not bark one time. Whenever we walked her by other dogs, for whatever reason, she like laid down. Like, she was trained to lay down around other dogs when they walk by. The only time she made any noise, we gave her pup cups, and she started to moan because she wanted another pup cup. I nearly adopted her. Came really, really close. And she would have been the favorite in this house for a little while, I think. But you two are the OGs, right? You're the OG. Come here, Daisy. Come here, son. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the Daisy girl. Hey, guys. Everybody say hi to Daisy. What do you think? What do you think of the Bowen Byram trade? Are you excited? Are you happy? Oh, you are? I think that means she's happy. She's ecstatic like all of us. Absolutely ecstatic like all of us. Wants to thank Bowen Byram for all of his services and the great season he had for Buffalo this year, for his performance in the playoffs. But she's excited about the 4th overall pick. She's excited to have more cap space. She's excited to get Jorden Greenway off this team. Excited for a lot of things. So, and she also agrees that if Pekka Rinne is in fact a Hall of Fame goalie, so is Ryan Miller. She'll hang up and listen. So let her go do her thing. Yeah, and listen, are you fans mental they were retaining Bo Byram? You guys are arguing with each other. That poor Byram guy is going to have to change his YouTube name now. You are, bud. I'm sure you're in here too. The Sabres re-signed Stanley. We can have the Twin Towers for our third line. I don't think they're reached Stanley. Crazy, but could Toronto trade Matthews for number 4, number 20 next year's first and Quinn? No, they will not do that. It's going to take a lot more to get Austin Matthews out of Toronto. And personally, I don't think I think they should trade Matthews. I think they should rebuild. You have Gavin McKenna. You could trade Austin Matthews for literally the next 5 or 6 years first round picks from any team you want, really, and roster players. Like the trade, the return on that would be insane. It'd be one of the biggest trade returns in the history of the league. Do I think they should trade? Yes, I do, but I don't think it'll happen. I think that with them going to get Darren Radish and having first overall, most likely Gavin McKenna. I think they're gonna try and make more moves and make Austin Matthews happy, because you just can't let a 60-goal scorer walk out the door. Because realistically, you'll probably never get that value back, the real value of that player. Is Crevier Power's partner? I don't know. He is a right-handed shot defenseman, right? I mean, that'd be a lot. 20 in UPL for Hellebuck. I don't know. That would be interesting. It's going to be interesting to, see if they use 4th overall. I don't think they will. A lot of teams that could get, a lot of rebuilding teams. I mean, I don't know if Ottawa is actually like rebuilding. Probably not, right? Toronto would make a lot of sense, because Toronto should be rebuilding. They have 1st overall. They should want 4th overall. They're dangling Matthew Nyes out there. They're dangling. They went and got Darren Radish, so obviously not rebuilding, but I don't know, man. You don't have a goalie. You still don't have a really true stay-at-home blue-collar defenseman. You don't have the depth. If it wasn't a division opponent, I'd say that make a lot of sense, but that's just me. I know other teams that are in the midst of rebuilding, like Pittsburgh should rebuild. Apparently, Washington isn't rebuilding. Jordan Kyrou got traded today to Washington, and they got a good haul for him. So clearly, Ovi's coming back, and they're not planning on rebuilding, because they're going to, again, push their chips to the middle and hope that they can get somewhere with the last few years of Ovechkin. I think he still had 30 goals this season. He had 25 or 30. What goalie gets us deep in the playoffs? I don't think we have that guy yet. No, we don't. I don't think we do. You were flip-flopping back between Lion and UPL in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. And you did get to the game 7 of the second round, but I mean, I don't know if you're going to get that performance out of Alex Lyon again. I think what you've seen from UPL this season is what you're going to get. You're going to have a guy who will show up, in spurts, but he's going to let that. And Ryan Miller used to get criticized for that, but UPL is not Ryan Miller. Used to call Ryan Miller Mr. Softy. I remember when people walked around with the shirts that Team Ryan Miller, Team Jonas Enroth, or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a UPL guy, man. He'll make the big crazy athletic save, but he won't make the save you need when you need it. And that was shown in overtime in game 7. That was very that reminded me of Kasparaitis against Hasek. There was another one too. I can't remember if it was against Miller or against Hasek, but like another overtime elimination goal that went in from a very similar spot. But the Darius Kasparaitis, remember when that goal was scored? Was the first thing that came to mind. Like that looks like Kasparaitis all over again. And here's the thing: UPL knew it. He knew it. The way he reacted, the way he threw his helmet down the hall, he absolutely knew that he just fucking let in a softie. So, I think if you're going after Hellebuck, and listen, I don't want. I personally, I don't want Hellebuck. 8.5 million for a 33-year-old goalie. I just don't think it's a wise way to spend your cap space. I would go after one of the two goalies from Minnesota, Wallstead or Gustafsson. That's who I'd go after, personally. See what it would take to get one of those two. I don't know if they want to carry both those goalies. Maybe you trade UPL plus for one of those guys. That's who I would go after because it'll be on the cheaper side, and I think you get more bang for your buck there. You know, they're more youth. They haven't hit their prime yet. UPL is a heck of a competitor. That's great. He's had 5 years to definitively win the starting job for the Buffalo Sabres, and he still hasn't been able to do it. So, I mean, he can compete all he wants, but competing and winning are two way different things. So, the fourth, Merca and Kulik would get you Thomas. Blues want a top 10 badly, and they get the blue chip defensive prospect they wanted. They have wanted since his draft. Trade for Brandon Bussey. I mean, hard to argue against a Stanley Cup winning goalie. But I think I would want more established. But again, he just won a Stanley Cup. But like, is that more or less a product of the system he plays in front of him, or is he that good? You know what I mean? We've seen like Jordan Benningtons and the Matt Murrays and goalies like that who come around and just are great behind a really good team. That could be Brandon Bussey. So I don't know if I'd be willing to spend what it would take to maybe get him. Spend $200 on a Norris jersey at the Sabres store, and I have a feeling he's going to be traded at the draft. Listen, I love Josh Norris, man. When he's healthy, he's a really good player, but can't depend on somebody to stay healthy. I would love Rob Thomas. I would love Bob Thomas. Blues have said, I think Andy Strickland tweeted out that they have no intentions on trading him at all, which, okay, fine. But I don't know. Like they went and they got very similar player to Kyrou. Who was the player in that deal? Oh God, who was it? Shoot. I can't honestly. I cannot remember his name. Who was the player that got dealt back to St. Louis in the Kyrou deal? McMichael, yeah, Connor McMichael, and they got picks back in return for Jordan Kyrou, a guy who obviously needed to change of scenery. I don't know, man. You trade that guy as Connor McMichael stepping in just being better than Jordan Kyrou. You need a new goaltender. Like, there's a lot that needs to happen in St. Louis. And if you're Bob Thomas, are you like, I don't know if I want to be here for all that? And I understand Bob Thomas does have a full no trade clause, but would he waive it to come here? Would he waive it to come here? And we'll see. I think the idea of coming to Buffalo has to be pretty enticing at this point. It'd be great. That's my dream scenario. The next trade we hear is that they've traded 4th overall and UPL or fill in the blank for Bob Thomas. My God. Yes. All day, yes. Love that. Would absolutely love that. Giammo isn't going to want to work with the Blues after the Parayko trade fell apart. I mean, that's not on the. I mean, kind of is on the Blues a little bit with the way they maybe handled it, but like, yeah, at the end of the day, Parayko is the guy who said no. Parayko's the guy who said no. Like they wanted both teams wanted that done. Parayko was the one who didn't want to come here. Who's to say Bob Thomas felt the same way? I don't know. That wasn't on the Blues. That was on the player. I agree. Like that was on the player. I don't know how the Blues handled that internally. Like when going, like apparently they went and made the trade without consulting Parayko first and getting his permission to waive. But Bob Thomas is the dream, right? Jason Roberts would be really nice too. They need that number one center, man. They really, really, really do. And they have so much center depth. You have Austin, you have Kulik, you have Hellenius, you have Norris, you have Tage, all these guys who could play center, but they need that bona fide number one guy. They don't have him yet. And I don't know, man. Will that guy be available on the trade market? I don't know. You see guys like Elias Pettersson names be through. I don't think I really want Elias Pettersson unless Vancouver's willing to eat like a lot of that cap hit. Like he has to be eating a lot of that cap hit. Larkin, yeah, that would be nice, but is he willing to come to Buffalo? We already saw his list of teams. And again, I look at like the Brady Tkachuk situation too. And I love the idea of Larkin. I'm not giving him fourth overall for Larkin. Thinking, no, Larkin's not worth fourth overall. But if he's willing to come here and take the role, not be like the locker room leader, because he was the captain and he's kind of walking out on his team, much like the way Brady Tkachuk did, just obviously different circumstances. But like, yeah, man, it'd be nice. Larkin would be really, really nice. Could Sider be a move? I don't know. If you could get Thomas and move Thompson to wing, that would be legit. I think they're looking to move Ty Thompson to the wing. I think that's what they do and actually want to do. I remember, obviously, Donnie Granato moving Tage to the center was a big pivotal point in his career and the turnaround in his career. But like, he can score from the wing too. We've seen it. And to give him a real stud number one center, man, that could be really dangerous. Could be really, really fucking dangerous. I don't know. I do want to remind you all, this has been brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get on over to Fatty Beer. Let them know that we sent you. Over. Go tonight and celebrate, or it's kind of too late tonight, but go tomorrow and celebrate this trade and maybe even more trades. And again, Bucci tweeted an hour ago, Buffalo up for Connor Hellebuck play. I don't know how true that is or if it's and Frank Cervelli responded, number 4 in UPL for Hellebuck. Who says no? Me. That'd be absolute stupidity. No, absolutely not. Why the fuck would you send 4th overall for a 33-year-old goalie? Absolutely not. No fucking way. Yeah. Someone says the Jets would say fuck off unless Hellenius is added. No. Constant Hellenius would never be in that deal. No way. Isn't Dallas the front runner for Larkin? I mean, maybe. Again, the initial list was Minnesota, Vegas, and was it Florida? And one of those teams has no assets left to trade. So it's really down to 2 teams. I don't know how Vegas could afford Larkin, and how the fuck can Florida afford Larkin? There's no way they can afford Larkin after they just got Brady Tkachuk. I don't know. So there has to be more flexibility there for Larkin if he really truly wants out of Detroit. But is Larkin truly number one center? I think on Tage's wing he would be. No doubt about it. I do. Is this? See, we were talking about that deal. That I don't know if you can hear Daisy over there freaking out, but we're talking about that nonsensical deal, 4th overall in UPL for Connor Hellebuck, and Daisy just lost her mind. She's like, absolutely not. Duane, you realize that 33 is still a goalie's prime, right? You might get 2 more good prime years out of him, and then the rest is a crapshoot. And listen, David, and I just want to, and I've said this, he played had one of the greatest goaltending performances since Ryan Miller, and before that, Jim Craig. No doubt about it. But look at that guy's fucking playoff record, man. It's awful. It's awful. He is not a good playoff really. Single game elimination, sure. He played fantastic. And I just want to remind everybody, too, It gets the Olympics. This is best on best, no doubt about it. But some of the wins he had against the teams he had, come on. What are we even talking about here? Again, you represent your country, you represent your nation, and winning a gold medal is a massive, huge deal, and it hasn't been done before this year and since 1980. But are we going to really look at wins against teams like Switzerland or Latvia or like all these other like bullshit hockey teams other than Sweden and Canada? Russia didn't play. I'm not trying to take away from the accomplishment that was winning the gold medal and beating Canada in the gold medal game. But I'm sorry, it's single elimination. It's not, it's not a best of 7 series. It's not the grind of winning a Stanley Cup. It's just not. It's just not. And Bobrovsky won a cup at 36 years old. You say Hellebuck is too old. It's kind of ridiculous. Look at the fucking team Florida has. What are you talking about, David? Look at that team. Do the Sabres have the team that Florida had when they won those 2 cups? Do they? Did they have Sam Reinhart scoring almost 60 goals on their second and third line? Did they? Do they? No, they don't. It's not even a comparison, bro. It's just not. It's just not. I'm not even trying to be mean. It's just not a comparison. To sit there and say that you could win a Stanley Cup next year just by adding Sergei Bobrovsky at 36 or Connor Hellebuyck. I'm sorry, they're not the same teams. They're not. They're not. No way. No way. I like Connor Hellebuyck, but his playoff numbers are fucking horrible. Horrible. And he costs $8.5 million. No, thank you. No, thank you. But look, he played for Vegas. Crowd before they had save percentage 932 and similar in the playoffs. Listen, man, I just not paying $8.5 million for Connor Hellebuyck. Just not. I think if you really want to improve yourself in net, go call Minnesota. They need assets. They gave up all their assets in that Quinn Hughes trade, and that could really blow up in their face. See what Minnesota wants for one of those 2 goalies. I think that should be your play for Wallstedt or Gustafsson. That's what I would do. 100%. 100%. Florida Basal's makes GMs do crazy shit. I didn't want to blow off the one comment. Let me see. What was it here? 4th, 20th, Norris for Thomas and Parayko. Is that too much? No, I don't think that's too much. I just don't think they do it. I don't think they do it. I mean, look how much they wanted from Parayko at the deadline. You need to add on top of that for Rob Thomas. 20th, Norris and Quinn for Barzal. I like Matthew Barzal, but I think I read recently that they're not actively shopping him anymore. So I don't know. But anyways, guys, we've been live here now for almost an hour. That's my reaction. I love it. I like getting Louis Crivet. I like that. I'm assuming he's going to be your 3rd pairing guy. Again, last season played 78 games, 6'8", played 78 games, had 25 points, 7 goals, and 18 assists. 32 points in his career in 134 games. Right-handed shot defenseman. And loves to shoot the puck and will hit anything that moves. So that sounds like a good addition. And Jarmo after dark, guys. I don't think Jarmo's done. I hope he's not done. To say the least. I kind of keep refreshing because I don't want to get off live because this is way too much fun. This is way, way, way too much fun. From our boy Andrew Heaters, who I love his content. You never know if he's being honest. You don't know if he actually has sources. Apparently, he has a hot Russian girlfriend, Andrew Heaters, on Twitter. He goes, "Fellas, what if Nyes wasn't the fellow that we're after?" And it's a picture of Austin Matthews. It's in your dreams, man. I don't think that is ever happening. That'd be crazy if it did, but I don't think that will ever happen. It's from SBA, the Crivet. Metza pairing. It was a picture of Nathan Kirby next to Tyler Myers from back in the day. That's a funny one. Dude, I just keep refreshing and hope and hope and hope and hope and pray. Louis PK, Louis Crive, Louis PK. What's the PK thing for? Am I missing something there? I believe the Sabres will hold on to that 4th overall pick and target a center. If Malhotra is gone, look for Vigo to find his path into the top 5. Yeah. From the hockey news, the craziest part of the Buffalo-Chicago trade is the extra mid-round pick. We'll give you 4th overall. No, we need more. Oh, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I got to work tomorrow, and I don't want to. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to get off live with you guys. This has been, like, way too much fun. Way too much fun. Dude, I can't believe that this was easily. Again, you can't think of a trade bigger than this in Sabres history that had this type of immediate reaction. I personally can't. I can't. Does anyone in the chat have one? Like, you can say, like, Hasek was a huge trade, but at the time, nobody reacted like this to Dominic Hasek. Pat LaFontaine, maybe. But we also traded a Pierre Turgeon in that deal. We sent a huge piece back. Pat LaFontaine, you could talk about, man, who is it? Like, who is it? Like, man. And Crive led Chicago defensemen in goals last year. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's actually incredible, man. I'm just absolutely in disbelief. In absolute disbelief. This is incredible. Wow. So, thanks for everything, Bowen, Byram. It's been real. You were great in the playoffs for us. I remember being at the Fatty Beer watch party against Boston when you scored that huge goal, and the video that went viral of the near 2,000 people watching outside of Fatty Beer in the street block party, just losing their minds watching the giant screen outside. Always have that memory. But 4th overall, we just got 4th overall, a top 5 pick. 45th overall. And Louis Crive for Bowen Byram, Jorden Greenway freed up $12.5 million cap space with that deal, and we didn't have to give up 20th overall. Like, if they would have asked for 20th overall, I think we're like, yeah, you can have it, sure. Like, let's go. Like, did Davidson even ask for 20th overall? Like, or was Yarmouth like, no, we're not doing that, sorry. Like I would just keep calling Kyle David. I would keep calling him. Don't stop calling that guy. Keep on trying to make trades with that guy. Man. Wow. I kind of want to take off work tomorrow now because this is crazy. Crazy. Just craziness. So, if anything does happen tomorrow, I'll do my best to go live. I do want to remind you again, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there for your audio only. Follow myself at Duane39 on Twitter and Instagram. The podcast at 2 Goalies 1 Mike. Obviously, my co-host isn't here right now. He had other personal stuff going on. He couldn't get on with us, unfortunately, but he'll be on with us. Hopefully, maybe like if we do a show like Thursday or something, he'll be on. We will. And if you've enjoyed our content on YouTube, I see a lot of you are commenting on YouTube. Please make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate it. Hit the little bell icon, turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. I promise I'm not normally this boring. I'm just really awestruck at the fleecing that we just made of the Chicago Blackhawks. A team and fan base no more deserving than to get absolutely fleeced. Just incredible. Absolute incredible vibes and feelings right now. to see this happen, man. Incredible. I'll let me just check out the last few comments here in the peanut gallery. Like this video too. Agree with this comment. Like the damn video. Please make sure you're all liking this video. Been tired for Norris. Dude, just fucking do it. Hey man, we'll give you Josh Norris in 20th overall for Connor Bedard. Oh man, it'd be great. The only other trade that was even close was the Jack Eichel draft. I mean, yeah, but that wasn't a trade. Like, that wasn't a trade. Like, I'm talking about like an actual trade that had this kind of reaction. From Nix716, congrats on your Knicks, bud. I know everyone wants to trade the 4th overall pick, but being able to draft Verhoff, Malhotra, Bajorvik, Carol Smiths, maybe Reed, or who knows if Stenberg falls. Yeah, again, I'm not as familiar with this year's draft and how impactful one of those guys can be. I'll have to look, because honestly, I wasn't really didn't think we were gonna have the opportunity to draft 4th overall. But yeah, man, it's something I'm gonna have to look into now and see, kind of weigh it out, man. Do they make the pick? Do they trade it? I mean, again, can you imagine if they like turn 4th overall into like some like Rob Thomas or some big fish, some really big fish? Like, how angry would you be as a Chicago Blackhawks fan, dude? Absolutely incredible. I'll talk to you guys later. What a day. What a day. I love all you guys. This has been fun. This has been so much fun. I keep like kind of signing off, and I just don't want to sign off because I'm just having too much fun right now. But it's like 10:45 and I have to work in the morning. Man, I wish I didn't already say it on this podcast, but I wish I could call in. Stenberg should not fall after the Eklund trade from SensFan90. On the floor Friday, Gary Bettman, we have a trade to announce. Oh, dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Turn the 4th into the 1st, LOL. I'm drafting at 4 overall from Luke. I mean, man, it's so cool to be a Sabres fan right now. So fucking cool to be a Sabres fan. On that note, and celebrating here with Daisy the Wiener Dog, and Dom. Come here, Dom. Come here. Come here, bud. Dom the dog. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Trying to get Dom. Come here. Dom has no interest in celebrating with us. 0, like less than 0. He just wants to lay down and just sleep, which is what he does most of the time anyway. But from Dom and Daisy, celebrating one of the best trades, if not the best trade in Sabres history. Again, you could argue the Hasek trade is the biggest trade because of the result. But in terms of the reaction of the trade, the immediate reaction, biggest trade in team history. Ivan Stenberg is projected to be 4th overall pick. So go for 210-pound two-way player. Again, I like it. I like it. I'm going to look more into this stuff too. So we'll talk to you guys later. And as always, as fucking always, go Sabres.